So this is Current, the first instrument by Minimal Audio, and they try to put everything you love inside of one plugin. So we have here, for instance, on this table, we have 2 wavetable oscillators. You can change the wavetables if you want to here, right? We have different modes for spectral and time settings here, where we can change the wavetable in different ways. We have unison on both of these oscillators here. Then we have a granular engine where you can load in some waveforms and then scan through the waveform, you know, make nice pads with that. A lot of options already in here. Then we have here a sub oscillator with a root or fundamental and some harmonics. You can change up here the harmonics if you want to different modes. You can change the loudness of it. You can change the tilts of the harmonics. You can, I think you can increase the partials here. So you can do a lot of stuff just with the sub oscillator. Then we have an additional sampler here, also with different playback modes, random offset for the playback start and so on. So also the sampler is really feature rich. On top of that, on top of wavetables, granular and sub and sampler, we also have a lot of filters here. On the right side, you can see we have basic filters, right? Some morphing filters, creative filters, even comp filters here. So you can create some physical modeling patches with that. And the frequency knob here also supports keyboard locking or key tracking if you want to. So you can make music with the filters. We also have 2 filters here. You can switch it up from series to parallel. So you can use both of these filters in different modes if you want to. And if that's not enough, you can switch over to the FM AM tab. You can say you want to frequency modulate oscillator B or oscillator A with oscillator B to create some more rich harmonics. And then you can switch from FM to AM to amplitude modulation if you want to. So a lot of options already here on these upper tabs. Then on top of that, you get also, of course, down here, a lot of modulation sources. You get curves, which are basically MSECs. You can switch here this to envelopes, so ADSR, right, and LFO, MSEC, and envelope follower. So you can use audio signals to change or modulate some stuff inside of the synthesizer. On the right side here, we have some keyboard controls, so modulation, mod wheel, key tracking, velocity, and so after touch here. And I think this is pressure. So if you use MPE, you can use that also in here. On the left side here, we got also some macro controls. So you can map different parameters here to these macros and then control that here easily from the left side. Then we have a nice effect section. And this is really, yeah, that's really extensive here because you get all the minimal audio plug-in effects in here. So you can see here we have the flex chorus, cluster delay. We can include that, or rift distortion, morph EQ, hybrid filter, ripple phaser, swarm reverb, and diffuse compressor here with different OTT settings. So you can make nice bass sounds with this and put some different OTT presets on here. Even classic OTTs in there. Nice. So there's a lot of stuff in here. And because that's not enough, they also included Stream, their own kind of content cloud system. So you can search in Stream here. And I think that's subscription based. So you have to, so you need to have a running subscription here that you need to pay monthly. But then you get basically presets for current and also all the effects. You get different wavetables you can download here. Again, just download it or even just put it into different oscillators from this preset tab here. You can also scan for samples in here. And then, yeah, it's basically everything is already included. The only thing I couldn't find in Current is a wavetable editor. You can choose here and select different wavetables from the preset menu here. And you can also go maybe into your library and select some wavetables you already own and drag it into here and say maybe this is an existing wavetable and then just use that. But there's no kind of integrated wavetable editor you know from maybe Serum or Vital. Maybe there's something like this in the future, but in the first release here it's not included, so keep that in mind. Okay, so let's create a new preset here. We head over to this menu and say init preset. You can see we have also here create user packs, so you can create your own user packs for whatever. Some oversampling options, reset UI size, frame rate, and so on. So let's init here the preset, and we end up here with just a wavetable, a saw wavetable, and we want to do some kind of bass. So let's maybe use here something growly and format crunch maybe. Analog morph, analog format crunch maybe. Something like this. Okay, so let's create unison here. Bit of spectral morph. Let's go for formats here, shift. Okay, kind of like it. So let's start here with the first envelope. And let's say we want to slowly fade in. And you want to change the position here of the wavetable. And also of the warp. Okay, let's synchronize this here. 1/2 note, half a bar, 1 bar. So that's the first sound. Okay, so let's head over to the sampler here, or sub part. Activate here the sub, and just disable here the first wavetable for a moment, and use here multi. Increase the partials. You can tilt this. Add some distortion. Okay, this is our bass here. And then we activate the first wavetable, but we turn down the volume here. And we feed the first oscillator into the sub via frequency modulation. Nice. So we probably also want to use here the envelope for that. Spectra. We can create your slope. Okay, nice. Then maybe a filter here on the sub, because oscillator A is muted anyway. No spread. Let's go for morphing filter. Let's use also envelope 1 here. Maybe it's not the right decision, but I go with this. With this here for a moment. Okay, so we have already some modulation, frequency modulation. Maybe I use the LFO here, synchronized. Like this, and let's use this here for the frequency modulation. Maybe that's too much here. Let's go for morphing 12. Maybe some distortion in the end will help. By the way, there's also here a limiter on the master. If you switch this on, there's a limiter and you can't basically exceed 0 dB. If you press this twice, you have a soft clip, I think. So you can basically push or drive everything into this master clipper, yeah, which is really nice. So let's head over to the effects here, and let's see, we add maybe a bit of distortion, aggressive tone. Not too much. Just to get a bit of noise and a bit overtones on top. Okay, then we use maybe here, let's say a morphic hue. Add some morph dots here. Maybe a second one. Maybe too much. let's try this one. That's too much, I think. So let's remove this here. Remove LFO and use maybe a different one. Let's go for curves. Trigger. Sync is on 1 bar. Okay, and then we add here maybe again a bit of distortion, multiband. And here a bit of multiband fuse compressor, OTD. I really like this tilt thing here, where you can amplify the high end or the top end. Maybe in between a small reverb. Holy shit. Maybe use the envelope for that to bring in the balance. Also the mix. maybe the riff distortion after that. I mean, you get so easily so nice basses out of this, I think. Let's use here a second filter on the sub, maybe, or use it in parallel. Serious. Oh, there's even a mix knob here for the filters, nice. I think that's better. Yeah, I really like this. So then maybe a macro here for the speed settings. You can even see here where you end up with the modulation, right? You can see here. So basically the maximum value of the macro ends up here on 1/8 note. Change here the speed of that? I don't think so. Yeah, let's use this here. Macro 2 maybe to change the sound drastically. Let's go here for shape, twist, pinch. Yeah. And then let's see, different frequency here. And on the effects, Morph EQ, we use here different scale. And maybe a different shift. Slight spread maybe. Different distortion. Oh yeah, different reverb size here. I think that's a nice deep drum bass. Let's maybe maybe a bit too much, but I kind of like it. So I want to show you basically how to make a sound with this and what you can do with it. Okay. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you like the video. You can try out this synth called Current on the page of Minimal Audio. Link is in the description below. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.